Okay, guys. Well, this past week we have been talking about multiplying fractions and mixed numbers. Well, today we are going to start talking about dividing fractions. So, in your interactive notebook, I want you to write KFC. Dividing fractions is as easy as eating a piece of chicken. Okay? You have to remember KFC. Okay, I need everybody, we're not cutting. We have got this stuff put down, and we have what we're writing in our interactive notebooks, okay? So, KFC. So, what you're going to do above this, I want you to put, dividing fractions, because that's our skill for today. At the end of this lesson, you are going to be able to divide a fraction, okay? So dividing a fraction. It's 3 steps when we divide a fraction. It's a little different than multiplying, just a little bit, but not much. But we add a step in here before we can multiply. But anyway, it's KFC. Everybody say KFC. KFC. Okay, get your chicken wings out. Everybody get your chicken wings out. We're going to flap our wings like a chicken. Okay. So, we're going to remember when we divide fractions. KFC. 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 Okay, good job. All right, what K stands for? Here we go. Not Kentucky. I love it. It's not Kentucky Fried Chicken, but it is. We are going to divide it out. Okay, here we go. This is not going to work today. Okay, shh. K stands for keep. The word keep. K stands for keep. F stands for flip. And C stands for change. So today, when we divide a fraction, we're going to keep, flip, and change. KFC. Okay? So, what we're going to start with first is you have a sheet in front of you. I have not taken a picture of the sheet, but I'm just going to work here on the iPad. But we're going to work these together. So, to divide a fraction out, you're going to keep. What's next? Flip, and what's last? Change. Okay, you've got to do all of those before you can even start to work the problem. Okay, so I'm going to show you what we're going to do today. So, on your paper, you have a fraction, and I'm dividing a fraction. It is 5/6 divided by 2. Okay? Well, first thing we need to do, this is a whole number, so we're going to just drop it over, put it over a 1, right? Right. All right. Now, we are ready to start working this. We are going to keep the first number. Okay, so that's our K. Then, we are going to flip the second number. Flip it. What we're finding there, we're saying flip, but what that's actually called is a reciprocal. And the fancy word reciprocal means is to just flip it, okay? So we're finding a reciprocal. Everybody say the word reciprocal. Reciprocal. And all you do is you put the denominator on the top and the numerator on the bottom. You just flip it over. But with KFC, okay, so we've kept our first number. We flipped our second number, and then we are going to change our sign. Yes. So we have kept the first number, we flipped the second number, and then we changed our sign. So we have KFC. Okay? Now, who knows how to multiply a fraction? Me. We all do, because we've been working on that. So it's gravy from here on out. We know exactly what to do, right? So we're going to say 5 times 1. What's 5 times 1?
5.
What's 6 times 2?
12.
12. Very good. That's our answer. Now, was that a bit hard? No. You just have to remember what 3 letters? KFC. Because you have to do those steps before you work the problem. Now, let's look at the next problem. Let's look at the next problem. We have 2/3 divided by 2. First of all, hold up, wait a minute. What are we going to do first? Put a 1. Very good. All right, now, everybody put KFC beside it.
I'm thinking of kids fattening center.
I love it. Okay, well, keep flip change is what we're talking about. Here we go. So we're going to keep our first number. What are we going to do to our second number?
Flip it.
Flip it. Now, hey, what was that fancy word I told y'all that was called? Finding a reciprocal. Very good. And then what are we going to do to our sign? We're going to change it. Okay. Well, let's take a look at this problem. If you look at this problem, we've got something that we can cancel out. What can we cancel out?
2.
I can mark out this 2 and make it a 1 because I'm dividing both numbers by 2. I can mark out this 2 and make it a 1. What's 1 times 1?
1.
3 times 1 is 3. My answer is 1/3. So once you get past key flip change, you know exactly what to do because that's what we've been doing for the last week. So we are good. Okay, yes.
Even though we won't be putting up addition signs and subtracting, but if we were, wouldn't we flip like those 2 would flip?
No. Not with the adding and subtracting fractions. You would use the 4 square method. The only time you ever use KFC is to divide fractions, okay? The only time you ever use KFC is to divide fractions. All right, let's look at our next problem. I have 5 divided by 3/4. All right, what do I need to do? Put the 5 over 1. Today what we're mostly focusing on is dividing with whole numbers. But you would do the same thing if there was a fraction there, okay? Exactly the same thing. But you know how we like to crawl? And then we walk, and then we run? Well, today we're kind of crawling. Tomorrow we'll be walking, and the next day we'll be taking off running, okay? All right, here we go. So we're going to say 5 over 1. I'm going to change my color. And what am I going to do to my size? What am I going to do? Keep, flip. What do I flip? Somebody's tell me. 3/4 becomes what? 4/3. Excellent. What do I do to my sign? Change it, because I have used KFC. I kept the first one. I changed the second one. Y'all, hold on. I'm sorry. I flipped the second one and I changed my sign. Okay? So KFC. Now, what am I ready to do? Multiply. What's 5 times 4?
20.
3 times 1?
3.
Oh, but we've got some trouble here. What do we need to do?
Simplify.
We've got to simplify. And on this one to simplify, we've got to make it a what? Mixed number. All right, so I'm going to say 20 divided by 3. 3 can't go into 2, but can 3 go into 20?
Yeah.
How many times?
6.
6. Very good. 6 times 3 is 18. Subtract. You have a 2. 6 2/3. Okay? 6 2/3. Who got 6 2/3? All right. You see how we got that? Okay. You always keep the first number. Okay? You only flip the second. Okay? So it's keep the first number, flip the second number, and change the sign. What I want you to do now is you're going to do the next problem at your table. I want you to work it for yourself first, and then I want you to work it with your table. If you need help, I will be more than happy to come help you. I just need to know if you need help, okay? Go ahead and get started. Okay, so let's take a look at this next problem.
Okay, teachers, please excuse the interruption. At this time, I'm going to...
All right, let's go ahead and do that next problem. We have 3/5 divided by what, loves?
2.
Divided by 2. Okay, so everybody should have written KFC beside this problem. Okay, what do I do to 2? I put it over 1. The first number, what do I do? Keep. Second number?
Flip.
And what's that fancy word I told y'all we're doing? Finding the reciprocal. Very good. And what do I do to my sign? Change it. What's 3 times 1?
3.
5 times 2?
10.
The answer is 3/10. Who got 3/10? Excellent. Give yourself a whoop, whoop. Good job. Okay, now go ahead and work that next problem. I believe it is 7 divided by 2/5. All right, here we go. So we have 7 divided by 2/5. What's my first step? I have a whole number, so what must I do? Put it over 1. Okay, so everybody write KFC. We are going to keep the first number just the way it is. Second number, what are we going to do, everybody? Flip. What's that fancy word? Reciprocal. And then the C stands for change the sign. I have 7 times 5. What's 7 times 5?
35.
2 times 1?
2.
2 will go into 3 how many times? 1. 1 times 2 is 2. 3 minus 2 is 1. Bring down my 5. 2 will go into 15. 7 times 2 is 14. Bring my 1 up and put it over my divisor, which is 17 1/2. Who got 17 1/2? Let me see them. Excellent job. Okay, so let's say it together. KFC, keep the first number, flip the second number, change the sign. You have to do those steps before you can divide a fraction out.